Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The movie begins with Tyler Rake barely surviving injuries from a neck shot in a terrible gunfight from a previous mission in Dhaka. Tyler is rescued from the river and taken to UAE for medical treatment. He is hospitalized in Dubai, where his partner Nick stays by his side throughout the duration. Even though Tyler is in an extended coma, she refuses to give up on him. He regains consciousness and later engages in an intense physiotherapy to regain mobility. She tells him that he must have survived for a reason, he must find out why. At Kojori Georgian, crime boss Zurab Radiani learns that his younger brother David is having his prison sentence extended by another 10 years. Zurab travels to the prison to meet with the government official that extended David's sentence and kills him with a pitchfork to the throat before Zurab's men, the Nagazi, kill the guards. Months later, Nick and her brother Yaz bring Tyler to a cabin in Austria where he plans to spend his retirement and recuperate. While he spends time on personal activities, he is also still mourning the death of his son and the end of his marriage. Tyler is visited by a stranger named Alcott, who manages to talk him into listening to a job offer. Alcott tells him about the Nagazi, and how Zurab and David escaped with their family from the Georgian Civil War but endured abuse from their father, leading Zurab to become overprotective of his brother. Alcott tells Tyler that David and Zurab run $1 billion heroin operation from Georgia. Their gang members are fiercely loyal to the brothers and are treated like family. They have all the politicians in their pocket and practically run the country. Tyler is tasked with recovering Ketavan and her kids from the prison they are being kept in with David. Tyler starts preparing for the mission by pushing himself physically. He recruits Nick and her brother Yaz to join him. The trio arrive at the prison and they infiltrate the prison with help from a bribed guard. Tyler sneaks into Ketavan's cell. While he manages to get her and the kids out without waking up David, prisoners loyal to him become alert and this forces Tyler to move faster. During the extraction, he fights off some of the prisoners but ends up running into David, who fights him in a brief scuffle that ends with Tyler stabbing David's neck. Sandro doesn't see him killing David as he had sent him and Nina ahead with Nick. While he stayed behind to deal with David and his mob, Ketavan stayed behind to help Tyler. As they make it outside the prison, but soon their exit is blocked. Tyler and Ketavan fight their way through the riot and an entire yard full of prisoners. Nick picks up Tyler and Ketavan at the prison door, and they drive away just as Zurab and his forces descend upon the prison. Tyler guides the family to Nick and Yaz's van, but Zurab quickly learns of his brother's death and sends his men after everyone. As Zurab's forces attack their vehicles, after a lengthy car chase in which Nina is injured, the group manages to fight off their pursuers and they move towards armored train waiting for them at an industrial complex. Everyone runs onto a train that gets pursued by a chopper with more of Zurab's men. On the train, Tyler fights off 2 helicopters sent by Zurab to intercept them. One team manages to board the train and goes to the engine to bring it to a halt. Nick fights off the Nagazis and keeps the train moving while Tyler protects Ketavan and her kids from being captured. Tyler kills more goons and braces the family as the train derails and crashes. Zurab identifies his brother's body and gathers his men for revenge. Meanwhile, the whole group survives and family recover, but Sandro is angered to learn that Tyler killed his father. They get to a plane and escape to Vienna, but Sandro, who idolizes his father, secretly talks to his uncle using Yaz's satellite phone on the flight to call Zurab and reveals their location. Ketavan tells Nick that Tyler is her brother-in-law. Nick realizes that this is not just a job, it is personal for him. At Vienna, they arrived at the safe house and checked in, while Nick confronts Tyler for holding back information about Ketavan. Sandro confronts Tyler, who tells Sandro that David was keeping Ketavan prisoner against her wishes. But Sandro is convinced that David was protecting his family for his enemies, by keeping them in prison, and it is Ketavan who plotted to kill David. Tyler tells Sandro that Ketavan stayed with David to keep him and Nina safe. Now it's up to Sandro to believe her or let himself be consumed by his father's lies. Zurab and his men find and attack Tyler and his team in their DC Tower safe house in Vienna. Ketavan scolds her son for endangering his own family and naivete. In the chaos, Sandro abandons his mother and joins Zurab. Yaz goes after Sandro to bring him back and gets separated from Nick and Tyler. Nick goes to rescue Yaz, but her car is stuck by a grenade launcher. Tyler goes to rescue Nick and Yaz, but Zurab has them pinned down and they cannot exit the building perimeter. Tyler decides to take the helicopter, which was at the top of the building. Tyler, Nick and Yaz fight their way through. Nick is knocked unconscious at the edge of the building and is about to slide off, when Tyler grabs her and stops her from falling to her death. Zurab finds them and shoots Tyler's hand, but he doesn't let go of Nick. Nick regains consciousness and shoots at Zurab, allowing Tyler to save Nick and escape. The team flees in one of Zurab's helicopters, but Yaz dies from his wounds and Nick weeps for her brother's death. The team retreat to Tyler's cabin, where he and Ketavan are reunited with Mia. Tyler apologizes to Mia for leaving on a mission before their son died from cancer, regretful that the last memory he had was Tyler leaving him, and he admits that he felt helpless and couldn't watch him die. Of Tandil, Zurab's right-hand man and uncle, discourages Zurab from seeking revenge to prevent more losses and to set a better example for his nephew. Refusing, Zurab kills of Tandil and contacts Tyler, telling him to meet at a nearby airfield next to a church so that they can end things. Tyler heads to the airfield but, unwilling to risk losing Nick, leaves her behind. Tyler blows up Zurab's vans and plane so he cannot escape. Tyler kills the remaining Nagazzi and finds Zurab and Sandro in the church, with Sandro wearing an explosive vest. Zurab forces Sandro to take Tyler's pistol, but Sandro, having realized his mistake and what kind of people his father and uncle really are, refuses to shoot Tyler. Nick shows up to help and gets shot but helps Sandro remove and disarm the bomb. Tyler and Zurab get into a bloody and brutal showdown. Even after taking numerous stabs, Zurab says he will never stop trying to kill Tyler, leading him to put a bullet in Zurab's head. Nick passes out from her injuries before she and Tyler are found by authorities. In the aftermath, Nick and Tyler are imprisoned and Mia informs Tyler that Ketavan and her children have been moved to protective custody. Mia helped Ketavan make a deal with the Americans to disclose the operations of the Nagazzi, but their financial assets are frozen, locking Ketavan out of any money. Tyler tells her to give them $1 million cash, which he had hidden under the floorboards in his cabin. She assures Tyler that their son died believing his father was a hero. Tyler is taken out of prison to meet with Alcott, who has come with another job, in return for Tyler's freedom. Tyler says he will not accept it without Nick, only to find that Alcott has brought Nick as well, as the movie ends. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to iMovie's Recap for more videos like this and help the channel's growth.